Oh.
So, we hit 100K subscribers last night.
That happened.
So that just happened. What a way to start a hunt.
Hunting videos are made possible by you guys. Like, we are here, but you guys did that, so we can't thank you enough.
I guess it's a good part of the video to say if you haven't subscribed and you want to join the 100K, please do. We'd love to have you. But we're gonna go hunt some, I guess, surrounding areas of Nashville.
Right, because we're down here for Whiskey Weekend batch 5.
Technically, we're in Franklin, Tennessee, but because we're not going to just stick in Franklin. I think we're going to go a little bit outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Or we might. So
poke around, see what we can find.
Let's get to going.
All right.
Buckle up, kids. Here we go. T-Pain shops here. Happy birthday, T-Pain.
What a great place to start. The first thing we see when we come in is store picks and other deals, and they had a ton of them, like this red line bourbon and finished rye for $70.
And here's this Catcher's Rye single barrel, which we don't really see back home in Kentucky. Beautiful bottle. We knew we were going to run into a lot of Jack Daniels down here, and here's a single barrel store pick for $45, but we're looking for some barrel proof Jack.
Just look at all these picks. I love how they have them laid out.
Here's some Yellowstone, which we've done a pick of before and loved it.
All right, we found some Smoke Wagon Uncut the Younger, 116.34 proof. Don't mind if we do.
Hey, look, you guys remember these from our Bardstown video? There's more of them now. Different finishes. Oh, boy.
Old Medley 12-year for $64.99. It's getting harder to find anything 12-year age stated on the shelves anymore.
Pretty impressed with this store. They had a great selection.
And some of you will think this is dumb, but the Green Label Evan Williams isn't sold in Kentucky, so let's just pick one up while we're here, why don't we?
What's this next to the Jack Daniels Rye? The single barrel, barrel proof Jack Daniels. You're coming home with us.
Can someone explain this to us? We're Kentuckians. What's the difference between this Green Label leader and the Black Label number 7?
Well, the internet has differing ideas about the Green Label. One source said the barrels are pulled exclusively from the first floor of the warehouse to give it a smoother taste. Some places say it's younger than the Black Label. And while one site said it's only carried in 5 states, another said about 25 states. So, thanks, internet.
And here's the Oak Room, which is mostly wine, but also a tasting bar. Pretty impressive selection here.
They also had a world whiskey area, which is always nice.
Okay, first spot under our belts.
I like that place a lot.
Yeah, really friendly.
If you like wine, too.
Really friendly, what do you call them? Staff. 4 bottles at the first store. What are we, rookies here?
The finance person isn't that happy about this.
I got the finance person and breathing down my throat.
Well, to be fair, the Evan Williams Green Label is not something we see in Kentucky.
Not sold in Kentucky.
Probably not a have-to-have, but like in case we ever needed for, you know, an under, like the, you know, under $15 or whatever. We needed the Smoke Wagon for our upcoming 64 under 100 bracket. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is really hard to pass up.
We don't see that in Kentucky very often at all.
So that one was tough to leave on the shelf.
Yeah, and then that Old Medley 12, another one that we just don't see very often in Kentucky. And it's a, you know, a 12-year age stated, under 90 proof, but, you know, it's like, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. So we did.
We got too excited.
We did.
Let's be honest. Okay, this is when we need to check in with ourselves.
Tone it down.
Reel it in.
Yeah. Let's go on to our next spot.
Okay.
Heading into Brentwood.
Moon Wine and Spirits.
Another impressive store with a good selection. And what's this bottle? No, really, what is it? I don't even remember. It sort of looks like a heart, maybe? Can someone tell us?
We've got some more Tennessee bourbon and whiskey here in the Chattanooga stuff. Let's see. They have more of the Smoke Wagon selection than the last store, but looks like we got a better deal on their Uncut the Younger.
More Tennessee being represented with the Leaper's Fork right here. Hadn't seen this before. This is Nashtucky Distillery, Nashville's finest small batch bourbon and rye.
Some good High West selection. And then we got recognized.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, sure do.
We got made. The jig is up. Nah, he was a super nice guy, but we can't remember his name because we're the worst.
Some more things we never see in Kentucky. It's the Distillery Series, which used to be called Tennessee Tasters.
So we just left Moon Wine and Spirits. They had a pretty good selection.
Yeah.
We picked up some stuff earlier, so I don't know that there was necessarily anything that we wanted to grab. I was tempted by those Leaper's Fork bottles.
Right.
Because again, it's like kind of local to here, which is funny because then we just got a text
Funny that you
from
mentioned that.
the Grease from the podcast. We're down here for a whiskey weekend, and he was like, hey, we're over here at Leaper's Fork. We're doing a barrel pick, so we've never been. We thought,
why don't you all come down? So we're like, okay, a little change of plans. We're gonna go to Leaper's Fork and
poke our heads in on that pick, see if we can do a tour. One of us will participate in the pick, the other one will
be the
car.
sober drive. Right, yeah. So that's the plan. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Go where the wind blows.
See where the hunting video takes you.
The Leaper's Fork pick was awesome. It was done right there by the stills and mash tuns and everything, and we love it when you're sipping whiskey surrounded by the instruments that make it. This was, as the podcast guys called it, the unofficial world's largest barrel pick, and we had to choose between selections A and B. And all we knew was that one was a Tennessee whiskey and the other a Tennessee bourbon.
Since it was only 2 small samples, I decided I could join in on the pick as well.
Whoa! Woo. Both were great, and personally we would have been happy with either, but one was tasting a little more like home to us, and Chad and I ended up being on the same page when we both picked B.
I know you would pick B. I know you would totally pick B. Chase did B?
It was kind of an overwhelming win, 57-30, barrel A. Barrel B was actually a wheated bourbon barrel. It was barreled on 7/13/2018, barrel number 446 at 108 proof. Barrel you did pick was a Tennessee whiskey barrel, number 285, barreled on 12/22/17 at 110.8 proof.
So is it any wonder that we picked the bourbon?
No.
No, yeah, we picked the bourbon.
I picked the bourbon, not the Tennessee whiskey. Even though you are wearing that shirt.
I am wearing a Tennessee whiskey Jack shirt, but you know.
It's okay.
We picked the bourbon. That's what we do.
I just want everyone to be happy.
I just want us all to get along and drink bourbon.
Maybe ours didn't get picked, it's fine. Well, we hung out by the fire pits for a while and just talked to everybody. There was a puppy, it was great.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we continue our hunt, we want to hit pause and tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskeyambitions.com. It's where you can get, oh, look, the sweatshirts that we're both repping, hats, Glencairns, bottle cut candles, and more. Always coming soon at whiskeyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonite and join our community for as little as $1 a month. That is where we release our exclusive barrel picks, discounts on that merch depending on your tier, after the episode exclusives, and more.
There you go. All right.
Let's get to it.
And we'll be right back. We've been hearing about this Elixir Spirits from everybody, so we intentionally drove a little bit out of our way, about 25 minutes from Leaper's Fork to this place. So hopefully, is it gonna be worth it?
Well, we're about to find out.
Let's find out.
We could see what all the fuss was about. It's a smaller store, but it's packed from floor to ceiling with bottles. We saw a few bottles we've never seen before and ran into a nice guy named DJ, who's telling us about the store and their barrel picks. We ran into some more Distillery Series and the older Tennessee Tasters, and this time we decided to get a few.
Elixir Spirits, wow.
Incredible.
They weren't kidding.
And super friendly and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
A lot of barrel picks, too.
A lot of barrel picks. You know, we kind of did the barrel pick thing last trip, or the Louisville trip, I guess. So weren't really looking for those or pick any of those up. But we do have a couple buddies who can't get the Tennessee Tasters where they live. And we saw some Tennessee Tasters, so we ended up getting 5 in total.
One of each.
Yeah, we go into a couple different buddies. So good to help out and glad to help out when we can. But nothing for us, even though it was such an awesome store, nothing just jumped out and said, hey, you all need to have this. But
if we were looking at picks, I heard this is the place.
Right. You gotta think about the bourbon budget and how you wanna spend it. And right now, ours isn't allocated towards picks at the moment. But we're gonna try to hit a couple more stores before dinner tonight.
Another impressive whiskey selection here. Our first grab was the Tin Cup 10-year because it was highly voted upon for our 64 bourbons under $100 bracket.
Nice one.
Later, we would wise up and realize that it's actually an American whiskey, not a bourbon, and we'd have to replace it, but that's a story for another time. We saw a few more bottles that we don't normally see in our area and some more Jack Daniel's single barrel proofs. And then we tried a few samples from their tasting bar.
We picked up the 10 Cup 10-year.
10 Cup 10.
10 Cup 10-year, that's a lot of 10s. We need that for the 64 under 100 project.
Right.
That we're working on. So we picked that up. Got to have a tiny taste of the Riverside, and then what was the other one?
High Plains.
High Plains Rye. I like the High Plains better. Chad liked the Riverside.
The Riverside just...
It was nice to be able to just have like a tiny taste, to be able to tell, do we want to buy them or not? They were both actually pretty decent, but...
We almost bought, yeah.
Well, we couldn't decide, and then we were like, well, we can't buy all 3 because budget, so we just left them behind, but maybe soon.
You know, the thing I've noticed about stores here is they'll have wine and spirits up top, but they don't have the name of the store. I don't know if that's a Tennessee thing or what, but...
Do you think there will be dogs at Red Dog? This is Red Dog.
Yeah, there'll be red dogs there.
Sadly, no dog inside, but we did see some nice rare character picks when we walked in.
We also saw some older and more exclusive things like this Lock, Stock, and Barrel 20-year rye.
This Fancy Chicken Cock, which is a cognac barrel finished whiskey.
And the Rare Hare, a 17-year-old whiskey from the makers of Playboy. I would have gotten it to go along with my Penthouse bourbon, but $1,000 is just a bit outside of our budget.
And here's some more bottles we don't see back home.
Now, here I'm thinking I'm looking at 2 cigar ryes, one for $64.99 and the other for $44.99, and grabbing the less expensive one, but in reality, I can't read, apparently. And I grabbed the Char No. 1 rye. What's wrong with me?
Red Dog. No dogs.
A disappointment.
There was a dog on a rare character pick.
It helped.
Which I wanted, but we didn't, wasn't in
it wasn't in the budget.
The hunt budget. But we did get, what did we get?
The cigar blend.
Oh yeah. We got...
What did we get? We just got it in the car. It's getting to the end of a day. I don't know. I think we spent enough money.
Yeah. Now back to the room. We got some waters, bunch of water bottles.
We did get some waters.
We're going to have dinner. Then we're going to have a bottle share at our hotel. And then we head back home tomorrow. So that means that's a wrap on this hunt. We'll have to do the wrap-up thing at home with what we spent and all that jazz, but because we can't remember right now.
Can't remember.
We'll go ahead and end it saying, hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here, join that 100K revolution. There's suggestions of other videos covering Sarah's face. You can watch us over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you,
Thank
Nashville, Tennessee. Till next time, hunt more bourbon.